would buy at the worst time in a housing market with interest rates being high and their first time purchasing a home ever? This gal. In this video, I want to share with you what I learned in 2005 buying my first home and if I regret doing it. Please subscribe to my channel for more mortgage advice and tips. So what did I learn when buying my first house in 2005? Let's start with, I wish I would have entertained a couple more loan officers. At that time, I was working with the consumer lending company and was helping homeowners tap into their equity via home equity line of credit, taking out personal loans. So I felt that I was knowledgeable enough about mortgages. However, what is advised today, I do strongly encourage for you to do the same. It is important for you to entertain at least 1 to 3 different lenders to know the different options based on your credit, based on availability on programs, and then also, their knowledge of the current market. Fast forward 17 years later today, what I wish I would have learned is knowing what questions to ask, right? Is there a down payment assistance program available? Because this was my first home, I was eligible to take advantage of that. 2 is, hey, do you guys have options to pay down the rate? Are there options to maybe lock while I shop? And then also, why should I work with you, right? Those were the things that were not available or brought to my attention just simply because the realtor I was working with told me, you need to call so-and-so, they'll take care of you. One of the other things that I wish I would have learned is because I had such a strong paper trail on income from the time that I graduated school into working into the industry, that I could have leveraged off of my income to pick up more property. And what I mean by that is I bought my primary home, I lived in it for about a year, and then I started to lease out the property to tenants. And I say tenants because I went through the whole landlord experience, having to evict tenants, having to renew contracts, take them to court. It was not a very pretty sight. And I've had the house at that point probably about 10 years. So even though the tenants were paying down my mortgage balance, I was hoping to take advantage of any appreciation. But from 2005, when I bought the house, fast forward to 2015, there wasn't much appreciation that took place. And due to life changes, I decided to sell the house. Why? Because I knew at that point the house was a lot older. I didn't want to have to deal with maintenance and also managing the property from afar. It was just one of those things that I was ignorant to, knowing that had I just held onto the property maybe another 2 years or longer, I could have taken advantage of where the market is today, right? So my one regret is buying the property and not holding it. So anything that I encourage this audience to listen to, if this is new for you, the first time purchasing house, anything that you can learn from past history is our house values are only going up. The inflation rates are only continuing to rise along with the interest rate. We have been very lucky to take advantage of the low 2-3 percentiles in the last 5+ years. And it was just a matter of time of when that will drop. And here we are, just a matter of this week, June 15th, 2 days ago, rates have went up over 1.5 and has doubled since January. Speaking of regret, if you're watching this far into the video, be sure to drop the message regret in the comments below and let me know what it is that you learned from buying your first property. Now let's touch on why I do not regret buying the home. Because of what I've learned and experienced with my first purchase, I can now walk away feeling confident that I was able to continue purchasing homes moving forward. And now I've been able to build my portfolio since then because I am asking the right questions. I am connecting with the right lenders to basically help introduce the correct products that I am looking for, whether it is for primary residence, my investment home, a vacation property. And then also because I'm able to help a lot of buyers today who also come to me and thank me and say, hey, 2-3 years ago, they were fearful of buying because their family or friend told them it's not a good time to purchase. But here they are, they've accumulated over $150,000 in equity in just the last 2 years. So despite what you hear, the noise that you are told from your peers, at the end of the day, you need to make that sound decision for yourself and your family. So what I want you to learn from this is, yes, I do regret selling my first purchase. However, I am taking what I've learned and what I can apply in this current market, because what we know is rates are only going up, prices are only going up, and if you're going to take advantage of the appreciation, you need to buy and make sure that you hold on to the property, because that's what I want to do. And this is how I was able to accomplish having a primary home now, along with a few doors underneath my belt. Based on what I've shared with you, are we at the worst time in our market? It's hard to say because it's just the ebb and flow. And if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed with where we're at in our market, be sure to reach out to me. All of my information is below in the description. And if you have other questions, please check out my next video. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next one.